Hello, good evening. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for that raid during the intro. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic stream today.
Yay.
And thank you for that follow. Welcome in, Little Wolf and Snitcher. I believe we were the people I haven't seen before. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I woke up with a neck pain today, so we'll see how long I can keep going here. But we're working on a map to teach people how to make maps, basically, a meta map. Command block stuff to teach people command blocks. It's fantastic. Hi, Alien. Hope you're doing good. So this, yep, that's a thing. Mapception, yeah, yep, pretty much. You should have gone to sleep. Here's the funny thing. So I woke up like 8 a.m., right, from our fantastic cat howling from wanting water. That's Sebe. He does that every morning, and I couldn't sleep because he was just howling and howling and howling. So I got up and gave him water and sat with him as he drinks, because you know that's the only way he'll drink. So I spent 5 minutes doing that, and then I went back to bed and slept for another few hours. And then after that, when I woke up, I had this neck pain. So I just I got punished from going back to bed. Last time I was doing this on stream, I was working on this section, which didn't have the plushy face then, but it does now. So I've continued working on this one off stream.
I woke up just in time.
Speaking of waking up, thank you so much for that. Was that 30 months from Fabian of Prime? Thank you so much. That's a lot of support. And thank you for picking this channel to spend that Prime sub on. I had an appointment, 1 hour bike drive away at 9. In the future, they'll even be at 8. Oh, well, that's a good way to actually get woken up in the morning. So, what for those of you who haven't seen this map before, what it is basically there's one of these islands, floating islands, that's going to be belonging or corresponding to a video on YouTube, a tutorial video. So there will be a tutorial video explaining a bunch of command block concepts, and then the map will contain one section, which will take place on one of these islands, that will be all about those same concepts, but exercises that you're supposed to solve with commands and command blocks and stuff. And this one is now done. So that's episode 3 is now done. And I just remembered I haven't set up stuff correctly for this. So bear with me for a bit. Please. No, okay. Visual Studio Code has decided that it should be full screen, which... Okay, and that's a new thing. Okay, like this, I think? We'll see how well this works out. Let me switch to here. Oh, that's surprisingly accurate, actually. No, it's not. Never mind. All the way there. That's pretty good. And then something like this. That's good. So yeah, this is the stuff we've been looking at before. This is exercise 6 for lesson 3, which is the last one for this one. So we need to start a new island, basically, for lesson 4, which I should probably figure out what it's going to be about. Because I have the full plan for this thing here somewhere. That's not it. Where is it? I have too many things open. Here it is. Episode 4, Relative Coordinates, Conditional Command Blocks, and Summoning Entities. You're planning to test my ability to write code? I'm trying to test your ability to write code after I teach you to write code. Alright, so I have already planned what some of the exercises should be, and I appear to have 7 of them for this one. But first we need an island. So can I, how's this way? Yeah. Oh yeah. Subscribe to slicedlime. You should do that, by the way. Just a hint. Next section coming soon. So, we need an island. And last time I looked at a bunch of the island, and now I can't remember any of them. CTG Oh yeah. So that was grass tubes. Endless path is the one that's a circle down there. Icy stream might be the next thing. Which way am I? That's negative X, this negative, so I probably should move. Let's just move out of the way a little bit so we don't accidentally nuke anything in there. So how does this one look? Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're gonna need a version of this without water, I think. Maybe we can replace the water with like blue glass or something. Water source, that is. Right? So this is water falling falls. So let's see, that's positive X, that's positive Z. So if we go like here, how big is this thing? I don't know. So if you fill from here to like 31 blocks away, this is probably not much. 31 with blue. What? Blue stained glass thing. Replace water. Oh. Let's just do that. Okay. So that's interesting. And now the streams stop coming. So that's pretty good. I should have definitely done this with a structure block though. What is that? Do command blocks have the same limitations on fill limits? And yeah, the commands themselves, the only thing that's different... Is the music loud? I feel like the music is loud. Maybe it's not. The only thing that's different from command line to command block is the, what do you call it? Like the length limit of commands, basically. 31. No, it's gonna have to be more. 31 air. Poof. That wasn't enough. Poof. There we go. Oh. I failed. Let's just doubt that this is even faster. Like, it would have been faster to just use a failed command. Now I'm falling into the void. Very good. Character limit, that's the one. So the character limit of the chat input is way, way shorter than the character limit in a command block. That's the only difference. Well, in terms of limits, like obviously the command block doesn't run as you and whatever. The fill limit is set, it's fixed. So CTG colon icy path, was it? I think. Relative position should probably be... Well, that's fine. It's like just one above this structure block. That's fine. Load. No. We are meant to be in load mode. And actually load. Show bounding box? What? What was the... Icy stream. Duh. And then, load. There we go. Okay, yeah, that goes that way. That's fine. And actually load the thing. Okay, and now, what did I call them? Like underscore IP, I think. In progress. So we're going to resave this as this. So I could either remove all the water, or I could replace it with something. Honestly, I think replacing it with something is going to probably look better. So if I stand on this, do this, Maybe like what's the closest thing to water in terms of being a block that doesn't spread, obviously, but also being like similar looking. Is this lapis blocks or wool or something? Because if you look at this, the blue glass is kind of very light in comparison. Tube coral. It's gonna light blue glass. Light blue is like even blue was too light, I felt. I guess one option would be to use some leaves, some waterlogged leaves, because then it wouldn't spread, and that's what I'm after, right? So is this? Yeah, I guess these are a part of. I don't know if those are a part of the structure or not. Falling true. Lapis blocks are often hard to tell apart from water at the distance. It depends on the biome. Well, the biome is this, right? It's a void biome or whatever. Yeah, so this is very default watercolor. So maybe lapis block is the thing. Replace water. Why can't I test for falling? Oh, it's because like the falling one is another block, is it? Maybe this is fun. That looks extremely silly. The problem is the borders, right? I mean, it will work. So, I can't remember. Should probably just remove some of these like on the edges, because this looks very silly. We might try a couple of different. That's not the worst. It's not the worst. So replace Whoops. I can't type today. Lapis blocks. I'm gonna try. I think some maybe birch leaves. Waterlogged true. I know that looks more like leaves than water. So no. Even though it kind of works. Blue wool. I think lapis kind of looked better. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually go in and just delete this. If I can, without falling out of the world. It's going to look a little janky, but I would say... maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it would look better if I didn't have anything, actually. Because this is like the in-prog... Yeah, maybe we'll try that. It's going to randomly start appearing, and then all the water is going to appear in the last tick. And there's a good reason why it's that way. Although maybe if I just filled the entire area with barrier blocks first, maybe that would also work. But let's do replace blue wool. This is exactly what I've done with the other ones. Like I've just removed all the water in the in-progress version. That's probably the way to go, to be honest. So we put this in save mode and we save. Okay. So now we have that. Where do we put it? Let's nuke this, by the way. There's something satisfying about that. Oh, it all just turns into particles. So we started down here. We've gone here, then there, then there. We could keep going up in a spiral, but we could also go like down a bit and go over here. The idea is kind of we just create more and more islands out in a spiral and put them at different heights. So yeah, what about if we do here? Because this is positive. Oh, negative, huh? So I need to move over a little bit here. So maybe here? And here is... There, okay. Oh, hold on. Where's that supposed to be set? I can't remember. Let's go. Actually, let's do this. Set block. Something solid, please. These are the coordinates I wanted. I just did that to copy that. And then let's go here. True to form, I've completely forgotten how this works. And there's a next episode thing. Oh, that's that. Okay. So in lesson, is it in the intro? Transition, but that's just a generic thing. So it's not in the intro. It should be in the outro, right? So in lesson 2, episode 4, because that's a shorter one, or? What does this do? Runs lesson 2 continue. Oh, wait.
Yay.
Oh, so that's... Okay, here, yeah. So this thing. Yeah, that's what sets all this stuff. Okay. Glitch Spore. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. So we need basically a copy of this thing. Or... Can I? Yeah, that way. So now it's lesson 3 continue. Which means we should only do stuff if we're in the right thing. Complete matches 1. Let's do this. So, target is... Wait, no. Target is where we need to end up, or? I don't remember how this works. Okay. Structure, that's what we want. So we want the coordinates I just copied here. If I could get Visual Studio Code to do the thing. So there. Lesson matches 2 needs to just be lesson matches 3 here for all of this. Okay, and I guess we need to run that from this too, right? So we're running continue, but this should be lesson 3/continue, right? Is there even a continue? No, there isn't. Oops. Okay, so that's what we need to do. So I guess I should spawn the structure there also. How do I here? I'm gonna assume that gives the same result as doing place. CGG, IC stream. Not that, no. Let me go find those coordinates again. It was here. Okay, cool. So yeah, we end up a little lower than that, and that seems cool. So we kind of want to end up here, I guess. Oh wait, target. All right, so yeah, so we want to end up here. We need somewhere to put a sign also. Oh, did I put a sign on this one? Doesn't look like I did. Because there's supposed to be a sign with like credits and stuff. Like whoops. Oh, I'm not. I just had my UI turned off, but I thought I was in spectator. So there's like, yeah, island by Zimmer. Click here to start over. And there's one down here. 2 right there. There should be one up here too. Maybe I just like broke it as part of one of the tests or something. I have no idea where that thing is set. So, you know. So that would be in lesson 2, continue. Let me switch to that again. Let's do this again. Sign? Oh. There's nothing that sets a sign here. Okay. So lesson 2 I know has a sign. Is that set in intro? Intro end? Oh yeah, here. Where is that? 40? What coordinates are those? I did not mean to do that. Let's do this. We can just... Yeah, sure. Oh. Oh, I never updated the... Wait, am I looking at the wrong thing? No, this is lesson 2. So yeah, that's correct. What about lesson 3? So that is... Wait. No. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the end of intro for lesson 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, so end of intro for lesson... Here's the end of the intro for lesson... Wait, this is the end of the intro for lesson 3. Yes, 3. So this also sets a sign, and it sets it in the same place. Yes, those coordinates are wrong. We should have that sign like over here somewhere, and it shouldn't be a wall sign, I guess. It should be like... I mean, this would look like a nice place for a crimson sign, right? So that's what we want. And that's... I should just do this. Rotation 4. Not waterlogged. Okay. Run? Oh. Missing a sap block. Okay, so that's now correct for the previous one. And I just realized I've messed something up. Oh wow, I messed several things up. Oops. Okay, and this, give me 1 second. Okay, so now we need to fix the same thing. Well, that's... Oh, so that's in the intro end, so we need to set up the transition first. So in continue for lesson 3, you set up all of these things. So target, new target, and then we set its score. Yeah, so 1 and then 2 and then 3. Okay, yeah. So what we need to do is set up a kind of a path that goes from this island over to that island. So that's just going to be a number of positions that you kind of get drawn to. So I guess we can like go here first. Yeah, this seems like a good enough place. I'm just gonna like copy paste these coordinates off the screen here. What? Okay. And then you go through a couple of more points. So where do you go then? You might go like over here. This is gonna look kind of weird actually, because you're coming in from above and you'll see all the water except there won't be there. So maybe you go like here. Set that up real quick. And then the last one needs to be so that you're basically in the right place. Well, that should probably be like here. How far above the ground am I? Like here. That seems good. Okay. Okay, I think I've set everything up right now. Oops. God. So now what we need is we need a lesson 4 folder. Lesson 4. And that needs like an intro thing and an intro end thing. Oops. Intro. Should probably do, okay, yeah, so it's doing some text stuff. And then it's gonna call intro end. Spectator mode transition, that sounds good. And then in this batch, do I have that open somewhere? I should, here. So if you're in lesson 4, then you should be this should be 5. And then copy paste the thing, but instead of lesson 3 intro, it's now lesson 4 intro. Woohoo! Okay. So you're gonna be over here-ish. Actually, you'd probably be over here. Because this this fleshy exercise is the last one. It's basically well, I guess I'll probably need to run through this whole island. Oh, that's actually awful. That's fine, because I have the command block still. Let's see. But we should fix the text stuff first. So let's do that so that we can see the title properly. So in... let's close that. Intro for lesson 4. We do intro title, intro L1, and then intro link. That's what we got here. So those need to go in text. And I'm just going to steal them from the previous lesson. To begin with. So intro title. It's like, this is section 4 now. And it's not command change, it's relative coordinates. Is what the title, topic, whatever. Subject, I suppose. Pigman 4520. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Good to see you here. I'm feeling not the best, let's just say, so this might not be the longest of streams. Just a forewarning. But yeah, to see the tutorial video for the sections, click the link below. That's the relative coordinates tutorial. Which is video 4. Watch tutorial video. That seems right. And then intro, that's the one I've done. And this section covers, let me bring out my little cheat sheet. Relative coordinates. Oops. Relative coordinates. Conditional command blocks and summoning entities. Hi, Sergi. Alright, so we need to take these. And we need to make them into text things in the resource pack, which I have here. Wait. Section. Yeah, okay. It's just... do this. I should probably be copy pasting this so I don't mess it up. That's messed up already for the previous section. How did I not notice that? Wow. Now I'm doubting how many times have I run through that without noticing, or is it just not looking things up correctly? I gotta check that now. How does the intro text for lesson 3 look? It is, that would be in the title. So this is what pops up in the chat. Section 3 command chains. Section 3 command chains. Yeah. Okay, now it's right. Oh boy. Let's just double check that that is correct for the new one. Let's not make the same mistake again. Section 4 relative coordinates. Here and here. Nice. So what about the link one? Relative coordinates tutorial. What? Yeah, okay. You need these two basically. There was some long key with the value now %s. Yeah, that's expected. It's a quirk of how I'm doing these translation things and coloring of chat and stuff. So this, for instance, will be, instead of the entire thing, there will be this, because this part in here is going to be colored differently. Okay, but I think that's good. I think we're fine now. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do this to reload the resource pack. And then I'm gonna have to do /reload to reload the pack itself. Where am I? Oh. Okay, I see what happened. Well, that worked out at least, but this... that's not good. I think I'm probably falling through the world. We didn't get... Oh, I have made several mistakes here. Hold on. Let's pause this.
Yay.
pause this, I said I can't remove that when I paused. Oops. Captain Howldy? Thank you for the follow. Hope that's how you say that name. Welcome in. Okay, so what have I done wrong? I have in the continue function. Wait. Yeah. So this is 4 actually, but that doesn't matter. I forgot to replace this. So I see stream IP. It's in progress. That has the integrity low. And then I see stream here. So now we have the right thing. The problem is this function never ran because we didn't have this, which is maybe a problem. I need to always be at least 1 week ahead when I release these. I can never release a version of this map that doesn't have the continue from the previous lesson. So that actually wasn't too bad, but I need to reload that before it will work. So why am I switching game modes every tick twice? I wonder. So this is game mode spectator. Why am I being put into adventure mode? What is doing that? It was adventure mode, right? Yeah. What? In the intro has that, but that's okay. Intro end. Oh, we're past the end of the intro. Is that it? That's probably it. So normally you would be on to the next thing here. Okay, maybe this is fine. This might also not be fine. Reload. Am I falling? I don't know. Scoreboard. Players. Set. Not lesson. In the main scoreboard to 3. Okay. I'm stuck. Okay, now we're fine. Somehow we ended up fine from all of that. Which is surprising in its own way, I guess. Okay, so. This is the previous lesson, so I can run through it just to show everybody. So, first exercise is to make a command block chain. Place down the first command block in the chain on top of the emerald block that's like under here. And make the chain replace the diamond block with a redstone block, then teleport you on top of that redstone block. So where's the diamond block even? It's over there. So I guess I've done that, a set block and a teleport. Poof. Now activate that in survival mode. So that's just a test to make you remember how to switch game modes. Now, well done. Place a command block on the emerald block that changes your game mode to adventure. One thing I'm realizing here is... Oh yeah, that's no longer an emerald block. Perfect. Does that mean you'll wait until you're done with number 5 to release it? No, it means I'll release when I'm done with number 4, but I need to have the next one done before 4 actually releases, right? So when I'm done with 4, 0 and 1 is going to release. But that's this block, game mode adventure for me. Double great work, interesting. Your next task is to make a chain on the copper blocks. Start with an impulse block on regular. Yeah, oh, right, I remember. Is this? Oh, that's no longer good. Okay, I've thought of it. So these are copper blocks under here, and they are oxidized to show which type of block you're supposed to add on top of them, right? So this is to test your ability to make a turning chain. So this is just giving you a whole bunch of stuff. Like it's giving you a loadout of things. So it's a repetition of the give command from the previous stuff too. And now we've got a plushie here.
Yay.
So essentially you're supposed to, on these gold blocks here, you're supposed to make a command block chain that places down all that makes this plushie, right? Now obviously this is too short of a chain, and you're supposed to click this when you're done. This has a bunch of fail commands and stuff in it also, which we haven't taught yet, so it's kind of cheating, but you could make this with just a whole bunch of set blocks. It's just going to be a longer chain. No cheating. That link belonged to different exercise. Dang it! Okay, we're gonna have to do all that again. But that's the whole of lesson 3 anyway, section 3. But apparently I messed up. Okay, and there we go again. Why? Okay, this. Why did it do that though? So that was continue from 3, I guess. Lesson matches 3. Then it runs cheater. Unless matches 3. So that should be right. Am I running it too soon? If completed is 1, run continue. Then set all of the things to 1. That's right. That's right. Why did it do that? So before we get here, when this is called running lesson 3 continue, then it sets us to 4. So it should be 3, and the exercise should be 6, but I don't think we checked that. And completed should be 1. So completed is 1 in Scratch. So check lesson matches 3 in main. That's or oh, complete. Oh, they have 2 different names for complete and completed. That's awkward. I have 13 mentions of complete and 44 mentions of completed. That's very awkward. Okay, fine. We'll fix this later. For now, I'm just going to replace all the complete with completed in this file. So that was that. Reload this thing, rerun this command, and replay all of lesson 3. Sadly. But the nice part about lesson 3 is that since it's all command block based, and since the world doesn't reset, I can just go click all the buttons and we're done. I mean, I guess we have to do that, but... What? Aha! Okay. For some reason I couldn't... Because we didn't get the error message, but we're also not flying. Oh god, okay. Because when I replaced that, it replaced the thing too much, and it caused the whole function to become invalid. I think. Oh, no, maybe not. It just didn't run all it needed to be. We need to do that again. I'm sorry. Very cute. Alright, let's do this again. Ah! Did I reload? Yeah, I reloaded, right? Okay. That was weird, but... Why did it spin around like that? It spun twice or something? I don't quite know. This, interestingly enough, does not have... It already has its water? So I can't even really tell if this is correct or not. It's gonna drop me in the water? No, we're fine. Well, not quite fine. Okay, so... let's just do that again. So should be done with lesson 3 now. So we're playing intro end, and that's putting us in adventure mode right away, which I get that doesn't matter. We don't need that. And then why are we not being told a cheater here actually? Because lesson isn't 3. Lesson is 4. Oh. Because exercise is 0. So it's both of them has to be wrong for us to... whatever. The movement looked a bit wobbly. Yeah, I know. I have still not found any way to do anything about that. Oh, I can't get out of this right now. Oh, I can, I guess. Let's do... what do I need? We need this, and then without F3, please. Data pack, disable that. So I think I wanted a sign here on this one. So what's a nice sign on, like, the eyes? Maybe we do a dark oak sign here. That's very dark. Warped? Mangrove? That's kind of nice. So grab this. And now it's a mangrove wall sign with a facing of south. Wait. Wait, this is super weird. I'm being very confused by this code right now. Hold on. So here's the current code here. It says a set block on certain coordinates with a blank sign? And then it does a set block if a bunch of stuff on the same sign. That makes no sense to me. Remove this. All the lesson matches 3 here. Oops. Should be this. Yeah, I don't get it. That should be it. And this is wrong. So we're going to lesson 4. We're going to exercise 1. We're resetting tick. And then restoring that. So now it should be fine. Now that should actually end the intro properly. So let's try that out. Reload the thing. Data pack. Enable this again. Now it's going to rerun the intro. Double check all the strings this time, because they... No, because now we're in exercise 1. And I'm in... Okay, whatever. Scoreboard players set... Exercise? In main to 0? Can I do that? No. Oh, but I can just do function ctg restart lesson. There we go. Relative coordinates. Section 4, relative coordinates. Looking good. This section covers relative coordinates, conditional command blocks, and summoning entities. To see the tutorial video for this section, click on the link below, Relative Coordinates Tutorial. Very nice. Oh man, that is a sizable schism, friends. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for the raid. We should do a proper shout out now that Twitch has shout out support. Let's do that. There we go. What is that raid emote? That's a nice one. Thank you so much. I hope you had a fantastic time today.
Yay.
Welcome in here. We're doing something fairly weird, which is apparently just malfunctioned again, but that's par for the course, I guess. No, we're fine, I think. So I'm making the commands. Twitch shoutouts don't work on mobile yet. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, so I'm working on a map, a custom map for Minecraft that teaches people how to make custom maps, basically. It's going to be a tutorial series on YouTube, and it's gonna... Every episode is gonna have a piece of this map. So it's gonna teach people how to use commands, basically. And it has these fancy floating islands that you're playing on, which are like setting up a new one now. What was Skiss up to today? Always fun shenanigans. Astroneer. Dang, I should play that again. It's been so long. I've heard they've made so good updates. Astroneer in caps, even. I played it way back, many years ago, and I've seen like posts. I'm still on the subreddit for it, and I've seen posts about it, and it seems like it's become a lot different and potentially better.
Yay.
There we go. Island by Jaw. Cool. Click here to start over. So now that's correct. Why is this still here, I wonder? Aren't we supposed to like kill that at the end of this or something? Let's take a look here again. What is this armor stand that I'm looking at? What are you? Tell us your rank. Who sent you? It's the view one, okay. Why is the view one not killed at the end of the transition? That is very weird. Very weird. I guess we should do that. Kill E type equals armor stand tag equals, what was this? CTG view. That's probably it. You disable the data pack, it's enabled again. Otherwise it wouldn't have run at all now. And you can easily see that by the fact that the tick is counting up. Okay, but we need a like a lesson 1 thing. No, exercise 1. So that should probably look a little bit like this. This is the exercise 1 for, not like that. That's for lesson 1. This is from lesson 3. We're working on lesson 4, by the way. So put you in creative mode. Is it important that you're in creative? What's am I trying to do here? You disabled it while you were in the animation. Yeah, but I re-enabled it and restarted everything when I had fixed the problem. Keep up, yeah. Make a command block that uses relative coordinates to set a certain block to be a block type, is what I've written in my notes. So, probably put a, maybe here somewhere? I guess it doesn't matter. Just place an emerald block somewhere. And that probably should be like one of these ice blocks can be replaced with an emerald block. So this one maybe? Set block, this stuff, emerald block. So place a command block on that block, and then just place like a diamond block, like 4 blocks up or something. And then that's when that's the one that you're supposed to. Look, I already had one of those. So this set an emerald block there. And then you're supposed to make a command block that uses relative coordinates to replace something with a diamond, or replace a diamond block with something. So, or it could just be like that places a block X blocks above it. Doesn't need to replace something, I guess. Do I need that many lines here? Sounds better. Which one? My focus isn't entirely there today. My apologies. Kind of feeling the need to do this stuff because I really want to get to the point where I can release the first episode. But yeah. That neck pain and stuff isn't the best. Place above itself? Yeah, okay. Three blocks above itself. That's the objective, and hopefully that fits into the title bar, or the action bar. Let's go place that in here right away, so I don't forget. Are you coding as you play? Yeah, pretty much. Like we're making a custom map, and we're making the data pack that runs the custom map, basically. So we're coding stuff, and then we're reloading it to get it into the game. What are we doing here? How do we explain this? For our first exercise in this, I think I call them sections. Command block on the emerald block. I guess we can line 2, split it into pieces here. Make the command block place a diamond block 3 blocks above itself. I guess that's fine. And then a third one, maybe. Line 3. When you are done, activate the block. So this is supposed to be green, because that's like the objective. That's line 1. Line 2. And that's line 3. Go to the right place. There. Okay, and then in here, I still have this. This is fine. Okay, so all this stuff is gonna have to go somewhere else, but that's fine. We can ignore it for now, I think. And then we need one more thing. We need, in my dispatch method, we need another entry. It says if you're in lesson 4 and exercise 1, then we run the right function. Exercise 1. Okay, let's go back in the game. I'm gonna clear that chat up, but no, I'm not. I'm gonna just randomly take screenshots because that's better. Reload. Oh, also we need to reload this. Actually, just restart the exercise. Yeah. So first exercise in the section will be to make a command block chain. No? No? What? That's not it. Make the command block place a diamond block 3 blocks above itself. When you are done, activate the block. Make a command block place a diamond block 3 blocks above itself. What's my UI scaling here? Wait, what did I just do? Set it to auto. Oh, it was already maxed. Okay. Why did it show the wrong line? I can find my way to the right thing. Go here. Lesson 4. Exercise 1, line 1. Did I change the wrong thing or something? Exercise 1, line 1. What? For our first exercise section, place a command block on the emerald block. I am very confused. So exercise 1 in lesson 4 runs text lesson 4 exercise 1 line 1. Text lesson 4 exercise 1. Wait, no. Exercise 1 line 1 says that. I am so confused. It's running the thing from the previous lesson. Did I just not reload everything correctly or something? Maybe I didn't. Let's try again. Place a command block on the ammo block. There we go. Okay, I just didn't reload. Okay, so now it's telling me the right thing. Now we're just gonna detect that you're actually done. So this is fine. Actually, we don't need to care about if you place a... Hey, Tumbleweed. So if this block, but one block up, is a command block. Yeah, then we do that. Sim 4, episode 1, last execution from this... Wait, it's supposed to be 13 here. Was on diamond, this doesn't matter. Should probably do some cleanup at some point, but whatever. That doesn't matter. Okay, set completed. If you're in lesson 4, exercise 1, this doesn't matter at all. Command executed matches. Right, yes. This is if you executed the command last tick. So if that matches 1, and if the block... what do I need here? Actually, no. So if... Let's do this. So execute... If command executed was 1, then we know you executed the command block this tick. Then we're gonna do something. We're gonna do run function ctg colon lesson 4 exercise 1 check. Check 1 2 check. And we're gonna make that okay, so actually, how do we do this? Yeah, we do it in here. Okay, so tag a add okay, check. Okay. Alright, so you executed it. Next tick, we're gonna check this thing. So clone. Do I have it? No, I don't. This coordinate to somewhere. I think I have these coordinates force loaded. So we can just do like whatever. 16 or something. Data, modify, block, same thing again, auto, that's not auto, set value 0, and set it to 1. So now we've cloned the block, and we've set its execution to be 1, and it should have a tick. So next, between now and the next tick, there should now be placed a diamond block 3 blocks above this. Because I don't want to just check that there's a diamond block in the right place here in the world. because then you could not use relative coordinates. So now if you have this is the tricky part here. So here we've done the check. So before that, right? Yeah, it has to be before this. If entity. So if you have that, if you have the tag, that means we should be checking that this tick if block. Where did I put it? 16? And 19 diamond block. Oh, we should. I mean, should I be force loading somewhere else and just like, cause this block could do whatever. Could nuke the entire place out there. I guess that doesn't matter. But this check function should definitely clear that block first. So, and just fill. I put it at 16, yeah. To, I don't know what, 32. There. Okay, yeah, so 19 is supposed to be a diamond block. And this is actually the whole... this is the whole win condition. So we need to move this here. If that's the case, then you're done. Otherwise, you're not. Here? Yeah. Tag a remove C2G L4E1 check. So it only remains for that long. And actually, now that I think about it, this check thing, I guess that's fine. This we want. So if completed, actually, so if you had that tag on, you did a bunch of stuff last round, then we don't want it there anymore. And then we try again. So lesson needs to be 4 here, because you're moving on to the next lesson in this one. Exercise is 2, that's correct. Reset tick. And then this. I guess what we should do here is we should just... I don't know, it's fine. That can just go away. So now if I've got all that right, which I very unlikely, but you know, whatever. If I've done that right, then this now will all work. What are the chances that it will actually work? Very, very slim, I would say. Give me a command block. I guess we just try that it works first. Oh, oh, that's strange. Why did it? Oh, because before. I guess. What? This is always... How is this always active? I just keep... What? I didn't set it to that, did I? Restart this lesson, please. What in the world did I do? Did I actually set it to that? I don't remember setting it to that. Am I just setting the wrong thing? Am I testing the wrong thing, rather? Oh, I am. That's why. That's why. Never mind. I'm just being silly. So here's the test. This obviously needs to be... It needs to be testing on the clone and not testing on the thing that I just... On the other hand, that still doesn't... It still doesn't... That won't fix the entire problem. So I want to only run... okay, well, I don't know... Never mind. We'll just reload this. It's fine. And restart the lesson again, because it just auto-completed itself. So the problem is, it depends on last execution, like the field last execution in the command block to be updated. That's how it knows that the command block was updated. But that doesn't mean you execute it, apparently. Like, it could also be the kind of default. So let's do this. We'll type in the correct thing here. Time block. This will complete the exercise, but shouldn't. So if we now run data get block for this thing, then we see that last execution is kind of nothing. Data get storage. This. Wait. What? Did it copy the entire set from... Oh, I'm being extremely silly. I wonder in how many places I've been the same silly. So this is trying to say that it's checking command executed, but what it's actually doing is seeing if the block was modified at all. Because we didn't have last execution in here. So I'm gonna have to go back and see. What? Search for the right thing, please. So this is the one I got now. Okay, we've done this all over the shop. Oops. So I have no idea if like 5 of my exercises actually work. Oops. Okay, well, I guess we'll test on this one. Reload. Oh, yeah, and we need to restart the lesson. Okay. Why am I still in? Oh, this is fine. Okay. What? Okay. Okay, so now that didn't do anything. But what if I put a button on it and actually run it? Then it still doesn't work. Okay, cool. So none of my actual things are gonna work. Great. Data get block this. What? Last execution. It does exist though. So why doesn't it work? Data get storaggio. Sounds like some funny pasta dish. So last execution is set to the right thing, right? Last execution set from last execution, yeah. Okay. So let's run the command ourselves to see. Nothing changed. Okay. So let's do this. Data pack disable. So now nothing is running anymore. I can... so if I run this... Run the same command again, I get nothing changed. Run the command block. Run the command again. Modified. What? So why... Why am I not getting the result correctly? Okay. Forward objectives, add test dummy. Set display, sidebar, test. We're gonna run a larger version of the whole thing. So execute store success score, command executed, test. Run data modify storage, that set from that should be 0. It is 0 because we haven't run it again. So now we do that and we run this again and it becomes 1. Okay, good. So I do know how to detect commands being executed, but I just don't understand why it doesn't work. It checks for matches 1 and we did get 1. Why you not work? So it worked before. Okay. Well, let's assume that this works. Then run exercise 1 check. And that does this. That adds under this thing to all players, which will just be me in this case. Fill this space with air. Clone, by the looks of things, the right block to that place. Set value 0, set value 1. These are the right coordinates. That's the wrong... Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing now. This is the one. This is the thing. So I'm blanking it out again before it has a chance to run. So we just nuke that, I think. We do this. If score completed, scratch matches 1. So we do that. Instead. Okay, so reload. Data pack enable this. Let's get a blank chat. Scoreboard objectives removed. test. Set display, sidebar, main. Okay, we're in the wrong lessons. We're just gonna have to, if I can find restart lesson. There we go. You can now elevate a message. Yeah, it's Twitch just basically copied like the super chat concept or whatever from YouTube. So you can pay for having a message show up like highlighted and like on top and stay there for a while. And it's like they rolled it out surprisingly quickly just to a whole bunch of streams. Okay. Let's just redo this thing. So now it's waiting for it. So, okay, I can place the block, set block to diamond block. That doesn't do anything. Good. But if I put a button on it and it also does nothing. Why? Did it not reload if I have the data pack disabled, maybe? Let's do this. No, that ain't it. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Let's add a debug thing there. Okay, so it does detect it properly. Isn't that just this? No, that's a highlighted thing, right? But it still scrolls through the chat. It's not like the elevated thing puts it above the chat, like and in its own little bubble or whatever. And nope, it's like a floating little piece of chat of its own, and it sits there, right? It's almost like a what is it, like hype train notification kind of thing. That's how I think it looks, but I guess, you know, oops, what am I doing? So this runs. So it's just basically a question of why doesn't it... Oh man, I have too many windows open already. There's just stuff everywhere. This one? Yeah. Okay, so if the lesson is 4 and the exercise is 1, and there's a player entity that has a tag. This is the right tag, right? I'm not showing the right thing. Yeah, that's the right thing. And this block is a diamond block. And the weird thing is this worked before when I didn't try to... That's just weird.
Very elevated pause reminder without the new feature.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, there you go. Wow, those prices are awful. I hope you get most of this. Yeah, I think this is kind of a way to say, oops, we're sorry for changing the sub split for some of the higher end partners who had a better deal than everybody else. And this is now like a better split for everybody who gets this, I think. But yeah, I agree. I don't know. Elevated a message. I guess, I don't know. I guess I just can't see how that looks on my main Twitch window because I don't have that open. Like, I think it looks different there. But yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. Do I just have the wrong block that I'm checking? $5 is kind of the canonical way to write that, I think, even though it's weird. Okay, anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll take that break here. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to go, but I would like to at least get this one exercise done before. Yeah, so we'll take a break. There will be some funny clips, hopefully good clips running during the break. And if you want to see those instead of seeing the ads that will play, then subbing to the channel gets you ad-free viewing always, as long as Twitch lets me. Otherwise, playing these ads are the only way Twitch gives me to get rid of the pre-roll ads for people who join later, so I like to run them when we're on a break. So, I will see you in just a few minutes.
I think
I might be able to actually shoot in there from up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if I can drop an arrow into there from here, but I don't think so.
I think I'm still not high enough.
Maybe if you don't fully charge the bow, so it...
Yeah, but
we're
it
both,
needs
we're
to
both trying the
stay.
same thing. It might have to be so high up that it's barely visible. Like, I have 5 shots, I think.
I have 6.
That's too low.
I have 5.
Oh, you got it!
I got it!
Oh!
Oh, nice one, GG.
Great.
Well, now just to get down.
Oh.
I don't have
It'll be
pickaxe
fun.
enough to do this. What shaders? Silzer's Vibrant Volumetric Lightning Extreme version. Another reason I like BSL, because you can just say BSL. Not like the amazing Mega Pack Extreme Ultra with all the bells and whistles. Shouldn't be any normal piglins around, so I'm just gonna grab it. Whoa, I'm stuck! Whoa. Okay then. Alright. Mm-hmm. And another. Are you kidding me? Alright then. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's gonna hit him. Get! Alright, okay. You brought reinforcements? Is that dude coming for me? No, I don't think I hit anybody. Oh man. Alright, that's kind of a no-go. I can't. No, I can't. I can fight one of them, but I can't fight two of them with piglins in
I
the
see
way.
how these runs are going to go.
Yeah, pretty much. If we do this, look at that. Go, die, yay, death, destruction, suffering. And we're gonna go straight down until we find a block where we can stand, which is here. Great. Switch back to... You were onto something with the unlucky 13. So... now we're set. Now we're...
This will be a short one. I
was going to, like, you know, calmly explain that this is how we set it up, and
Starting
now
with a
we're
gasp
ready
to the
to
face.
start.
Best start ever.
Do you want to bet, chat? How many of you think that I'll even get into the world before we get a game over screen? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Wow. Alright, here we go. I guess so. Just what? Alright.
It can only
There's a
get better
piglet.
from now
There's a
on.
piglet. Ah, this is so sad. I can't. Yes. Okay. Yep. 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 Yep.
Wow. Rebind
What?
walk forwards to control plus shift plus craft jukebox and play pig step.
We're not doing that challenge anymore, but thank you for the bits, man. Whoa!
This is such a good place to play pig step.
How? Isn't that just poison?
See? You needed to craft the jukebox and play pig step.
I have failed you, chat. Alright. Hello. Let's try keep on soldiering on. Sadly, having a break here did not really tell me, like, give me any big insight in why this isn't working. So, I guess we just gotta keep trying the same type of debugging. So if I... Yeah, hold on. The way I have it set up right now is only if I manage to complete it properly does it actually clear the blocks. So I could do this. Now I know that it's done this thing. So data get block 1024 16 1024. That's our command block. Yeah. So that's auto 1B. Did it run though? Who knows? Last output. Success. But that's the wrong coordinates. Why though? Data modify. Oh wait, do I have that syntax wrong? Data modify block 1024 16 1024 auto set value 0 set value 1 and then check the state again. What? Success with minus 15, 16, 36. What? Okay, I'm just gonna go there. 17, 10, 24. Yeah, there's no diamond block for sure. Change the block. It's all. What? What? Excuse me? Does it not work because it was cloned? Wait. Sure, whatever. I'm gonna get rid of that sidebar so I can see stuff. 10, 24, 10, 16, 10, 24. Command block false, facing up. Okay. Oops. Did it get blocked? Powered 1B. So it's considered powered, and because I powered it with a button over it before it cloned, that's what's making it messed up. Okay, so maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just we copy the command. So I either have to do that or set power to 0, which I guess I could also do. Oh man. That is a very tricky error. So yeah, auto. Okay, so instead of this clone, so do that, set block 10, 24, 16, 10, 24 to a command block. Don't clone. Instead, do data modify block 10, 24, 16, 10, 24 command set from block -15, 113, 36 command. And then just set value 1. That could work. That was one of the hairier problems I've seen, to be honest. Alright, so this now has to just activate that. Well done. Nice. Okay. Just get this back for debugging. Okay! We did it! And then I want to set this block back to something in the next exercise, so we might as well create that one. Exercise 2, MC function. Misamaru, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Appreciate that. I'm gonna grab exercise 2 from lesson 3 because it's generally got most of the things right. Do I not have lesson checks in this? Okay, whatever. So we want something like this. If tick is 1, run, set block, whatever this block is. What am I... Where's my input going? Right, so... this thing to ice. Right, these are ice? Yeah, they're ice. Okay. Do I... yeah. Sure, keep that. Okay. Whew. Should I... what's the next one? Actually, I should be committing this to my source control before I mess something up in a silly way. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Right, so the next thing was make a command. So it's basically the same. It's basically the same thing. but now it's like teach you to figure out the offset yourself. Yourself. So yeah, it's not this. Let's put it like here. That's nice. So we can actually take most of the previous exercise and just copy paste it in here. That wasn't the right thing. Or was it? Yeah, it was. Okay, there we go. So, these are all going to be exercise 2 instead. So now we're going to block this other thing that I've already lost from my paste buffer to the new emerald block. And we're going to say place a command block on here. Hey, Minecraft box. Welcome in. So if you place... So actually, the way it's going to look is going to be this. I don't even know if that's the right one anymore. So that's going to be the command block on top of there. So we want kind of offset in all 3 directions. So maybe we'll use a gold block. And we go like there. So we set these 2. Oops. So we should make all these things, all the texts. Just gonna make copies of all these. So that's not the one. This is the copy. Line 1, exercise 2. Let's a bit harder. That isn't what I wanted. It's this one. That wasn't even what I wanted either, but we do need this one. So this is the objective one. Div coordinates to replace the gold block with diamond block. Hopefully that's short enough. And then this is what I was actually looking for, which is line 2. Make the command block use relative coordinates to replace the gold block with a diamond block. When you're done, activate the block. This is actually exactly the same line, but that's fine. Okay. Toss all of these into the translation files while I remember that I need to do so. This. And then, wait, line. This one is needed, but the last one is the same. It already exists, so I don't need to put it in here. Oops. Okay. That should be that. Then we need to make it actually detect the right thing, which is mostly the same. If I can find the right file. So here. Replace does 2 if negative 1935 is a command block, then 19... What? That's not right at all. That means that's not right in the previous one either. It's definitely not right. It's supposed to be this. Come on. Okay. Oops. These sets of coordinates need to match. I guess I could write this as an execute position to just have to specify it once, but whatever. And then this, and then E2. Completed. If we're in 2 check. And actually, we can just always remove E1 check here, because it doesn't matter anymore. Just clean up a little bit after ourselves. We can use the same... Okay, what is this offset actually? So if you got a command block here, we can write that. It's 1 up, 1 positive x, 2 negative z. What did I say? 1x, 1 up, 2 negative z. Yeah. One, negative 2. So what we're looking for is 1, 1, negative 2. Is that force loaded? Have I just gone out of the chunk that I force load? I might have. So we need to move this. So let's just say that this is 24 and we move the test block 2 blocks in. So we need a copy of this thing. Exercise 2. It's 2. So sure. So we need to be 26 here. And these need to be the new coordinates, obviously. So that's this. Let's copy the command in there. And then we're looking for a diamond block at these coordinates. And then you're done. Do I need anything else from here? Yeah, we need to actually run the right check method. And then we need to let's clear a little bit more. You might mess up that chunk, that's fine, I guess. Run completed. We're still in lesson 4, but we're going to 3. And complete the store. Good. And there's only one thing I think that remains, which is to go into dispatch and copy this thing. This is really a thing I wish was easier, but whatever. Okay. So I suppose we're going to remove that. We're going to also remove this and do that. Then we're going to reload the resource pack. We're going to load the data pack, which should restart the lesson. Those two popped up correctly. Use relative coordinates to replace the gold block with a diamond block. Let's make it a bit harder. Place a new command block on the new emerald block. Make the command block use relative coordinates to replace the gold block with a diamond block. When you're done, activate the block. I guess just... I somehow gave myself a stack of wood. Okay, so just for the sake of it, we're gonna not use relative coordinates. And just to verify that this is not somehow a solution. It just flashed like a diamond, but then nothing happened. Okay, good. So then we do instead -1, -1, -2, I believe was the offset. Great work. Awesome. We have 2 exercises. Very nice. Am I in 3? I'm in 3. Good. Oh. Oh, I've forgotten a bunch of things. Oops. Give me a moment. That's the resource pack. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. So that's 2 exercises out of what I believe to be 7 in total. In this section. So that is not bad. Okay, let me try to find my streaming window and everything, because I still just need to get another monitor. Like one of my monitors broke like 2 years ago and I never replaced it. Which is yeah. And all my streams are fine except the map making streams. When I do map making streams, I just never find all my windows. I don't have enough space anymore. Okay, the next one is make a command block that uses relative coordinates to teleport you 3 blocks into the air.
At you.
Bless you. Are you coming down with something, Brian? Do I need to, like, lock up the door to the basement and not have air flow anymore? Because I don't want that stuff. I like how it became a coup. Very good. Oh, what time is it? It's a bit past 10. Okay, can we do one more? We could probably do one more. I'm running a little bit on fumes. Today's been surprisingly weird. Let's try to make one more. Okay, so I guess I'll just... Do I copy this? Maybe I'll copy something from the previous one instead. That should be fine. So clear, yeah, we can clean up a little bit. So CTG L4E2 check can be removed. There. Lesson 4, exercise 3, L1. What is that from Fabian? I also want to buy a new monitor soon, the first I ever buy myself instead of getting it given as a leftover. Do you already have some ideas what factors to look for, which are actually more relevant than the nonsense they're often advertised with? I don't really know. Like, so what I used to use was a really old 4.3 monitor, 4.3 aspect, in portrait mode on my on the side of my monitor. Which kind of worked for some things, but it also, like, it's become more and more awkward the more that resolution differed from my main monitor resolution. So I think I'm just gonna sit down and have a really good think about like how do I want to lay out my monitors and what do I want. So like when I bought my main monitor, it's a 4K monitor. So that one, resolution and like update frequency was a lot of my criteria, but also like just which ports it has, like what can you physically connect it to, because it turns out surprisingly relevant to me a lot of the times, and surprisingly annoying when it doesn't work. Hey, Manus. Okay, I don't think... Well... Yeah, kind of making sure that you didn't accidentally place a repeating command block that teleports you somewhere is probably a good idea. We should also nuke that block from the previous exercise. So that was... Oh, go back here. No. Here. This emerald block should be turned into packed ice, I believe. Is it packed ice? That must be packed ice. I cannot see a thing. It's packed ice. Okay, so go back here. Execute if score take main matches 1. Run this, but instead of that, pack dice. Cool. I want HDMI this time. My adapter is breaking. Yeah. I run HDMI and I run DisplayPort on mine. So like both of my current monitors have both of those inputs, which means I can run 2 computers, one connected to HDMI and the other connected to DisplayPort on both of them, and switch back and forth, which is how I switch my monitor setup from my like personal setup to work. And it's been really good. And if they didn't have those 2 inputs, then that would have sucked. Which obviously wasn't something I had planned fully, because, you know, I didn't plan to have my work computer at home when I got this setup. Exercise 4? Wait, didn't I copy exercise 3? Hold on, lesson 3, exercise 3. Yeah, that shows I just replaced the wrong 3, I think.
Yay.
What is that, Daddy Bird? 4K or... I have no idea how to read that otherwise, but thank you for the follow and welcome in. Okay. Alright, oops. This is the old cleanup. So we just need some place to have a... Just make a new emerald block somewhere. Over here, maybe. Let's put this here. So that's the one now. And make sure you didn't place a repeating command block there. Oops. What is this repeating block warning? Because that might actually be useful to just reuse right as it is. That's lesson 3 under text. Repeating block warning. Do not use a repeating command block. Yeah, let's just keep that. That's fine. When I started my current job, I was disappointed that I couldn't connect another monitor to the work laptop. Really? But now I'm constantly moving the laptop around, so I wouldn't want the cable on it anyway. Yeah. I think you can, but you might need like a DisplayPort connection to it, and then you chain them through DisplayPort, which is how I've done some stuff like that in the past. But yeah, there's some surprisingly weird things with like certain display adapters don't support certain things and whatever. Wait, can you write command block commands in an external file and read them in at runtime and execute them? Yeah, it's called functions. So data packs, since do you want to say 112 or something? Have supported functions, and a function is basically a file with a list of commands that all get run, and it's at the very core of how like modern map making works, because it simplifies things so much, and the fact that you can run functions from other functions means that you can do a whole lot of things that you couldn't before. That's right. I started playing Minecraft because of my kiddos. Now I play more than they do. That is not the first time I've heard somebody say that. So many people go like, oh, what is this game they want to play? I'm going to try it to be able to sort of guide them to it and something. And then you have somebody who's like, kids didn't end up liking it too much. Parent keeps playing like crazy. That also makes me wonder why people consider data packs vanilla. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily. But I also don't consider them modded, because modded in Minecraft has a very particular meaning. Yeah, because the base game isn't modified? Yeah, but like, sure. But that's kind of a silly distinction, right? It's only that way because the base game doesn't have like mods, and the more capable data packs become, the more silly that distinction becomes, right? In every other engine or game, this would be how you mod the game, right? Because the game would have mod support, it wouldn't be decompiled or whatever. So it's, I don't know, there's at some point reasonably soon the Minecraft community is gonna have to figure out how to name these things. I'm fine with modded meaning a particular type of thing, by the way, but like the distinction is gonna lose its purpose originally, because data packs can give you game experiences that are far from vanilla. And like, obviously, with the game developing and more things ending up in data packs, you know, the whole purpose is to make a lot of those experiences accessible without having to run mods. So what am I looking at? This shouldn't be a snow block. It should be an emerald block. Otherwise it's kind of pointless. So these coordinates should be a command block. And if so, we need to sure, like that, and like that, and this should be 4. Okay, so if your lesson is 4 and your exercise is 3, game mode equals adventure. You can press buttons in adventure mode still, right? Yeah. So maybe we do that actually. Maybe we just like repeat a part of the previous exercise, the previous lesson by revisiting, switching game modes. So maybe activate that command block in survival mode is part of the thing. Oh, this doesn't set you into a game mode. Well, that works perfectly in that case. So we're gonna have to do the same thing here. Actually, really fancy just making the test site for this be like way up in the sky above this island, so that you end up like falling back down to it in survival mode. That would be kind of funny. On the other hand, you wouldn't understand why that happened, so whatever. I need to do what I did in the previous one here, at least. So we need to go back here and copy a bunch of stuff. So kind of need something like this. Lesson is 4, exercise is 3. You've got the new thing. You love this song? Yeah, it's a nice one. In general, I feel like my problem with a lot of the Minecraft music is that it's too mellow. Like, it's too almost empty in its sound, right? Alright, so you're supposed to be... I already forgot the coordinates. This is supposed to be a command block. So you're supposed to be there. Actually, let's just do this. Positioned there. So that's supposed to be the command block. You're supposed to be 3 blocks above that, so you'll end up there. So distance is like 0.5. Entity. I always thought of the soundtrack as mellow and the music disc as a vibrant one. Yeah, I just, like, generally, I kind of end up wanting more kind of structure to the music. But it's purely a subjective, like, what you like and not. Like, it does fit in terms of, like, the starting survival experience in the overworld. It fits really nicely, I think. But this is not what I want. Why am I doing this? I don't want to teleport you out to that place, really. To the, like, other chunks. Okay, so... But we still want you to be in a certain place, so let's just... Yeah, let's just move it up by a whole bunch. Why not? So let's say that you're supposed... We'll just move it up by 100 blocks. Yeah, these are what we need. And they run after that. Yeah, that makes sense. So we don't need... Well, I guess we could just do this. This is now 2, this is now 3. And this needs to be exercise... come on. 3, check. Have you heard Cave Town singers take on a couple of the Minecraft tracks? No, I have not. Interesting. So we need a new version of this. Exercise 3, check. So that's gonna add this, and then we need, yeah, okay, so. What are the coordinates here? Here. This is the command block that we... But we're just gonna do it 100 blocks up in the air. So set that block to a command block. And then modify... Oh. Set that from this block. Wait, that doesn't seem like the right... Oh, wait. Exercise 3. Am I just copy the wrong thing here? Minus... No, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so it's this that is wrong. I just copied the wrong thing, I guess. Okay, so that does that. Okay, so if you just ran your teleport, then we're gonna run another teleport that teleports you up somewhere completely different. So that means you'll be super high up in the air in survival mode, so that's fun. Right, game mode equals survival. Actually, this should be before we even run the test. Command executed matches 1 if entity at A game mode equals survival. There. That's what we should do, and then here before we remove the tag, we should run teleport at A CTG L4 E3 check tag equals to somewhere reasonable. So if you do that, we teleport you away, then we should just teleport you back here somewhere. Like here is fine. There. Exactly those coordinates. Very, very good. Just to make sure that you don't like end up far in the sky, and I guess execute if and DT at E. This whole thing actually, not at E, at A. Run set block. This air. Lesson 4, exercise 4. Store that. Don't care about this. Actually, do I? Creative mode? Doesn't matter. Set block, that doesn't matter either. Remove those. Okay, so we need... we just need an intro for this. Which we can take from here, I guess, because we want kind of the same thing as this. There's a lot of text in this one. Lesson 4, exercise 3. I think I might only need 2, but we'll do this for now. Exercise 3, that, and then this is the objective. Okay, how do I fit this into... survival mode? It doesn't really fully explain what you're supposed to do, but I think it's good enough. Place a command block that teleports you 3 blocks above it in the emerald block. And this teleports you 3 blocks above it, or place. This is kind of the objective here. So this needs like a width. Yeah, actually this is, we can do this. Or isn't this a component? Okay, fine, we'll do this. Translate this. Awkward way to specify this, but whatever. No. In here. Color. This is the whole point. Green. Okay. When you are done, activate the command block in survival mode. That's fine. Okay. And this is the actual objective, so that needs to be that. I wonder if this is like a... I guess the editor will highlight if I accidentally make a duplicate here. There. Okay, what are the chances that this actually works? I feel like they're almost nothing. Okay, so let's go here. Let's do this. Reload the resource pack. Let's reload this. What? Oh, I forgot the dispatch. Oops. It's like nothing happens at all. That's always the dispatch. Every single time. Okay, reload it again now that I have it there. Okay, now place a command block that teleports you 3 blocks above it on the emerald block. And this should now be ice again. Yeah, good. When you're done, activate the command block in survival mode. Okay, so the great thing is here is teleport me 3 blocks up. So to begin with, that does not work, so that's good. But survival. Wait. Okay, remove what? That almost did the right thing. Why did it nuke that block? Hold up. Set the command block there. Oh, okay. That's supposed to be that. So that's one error. That is not the entire error, surely, though. Where did it set it to? Here, it set it to air. This needs to be that. Okay, maybe those 2 things were the only error. Oops. Let's place the... what do I need? This? Got so many key combinations. Move you. / reload. Okay, so teleport myself 3 blocks up. Actually teleport myself. That still doesn't trigger, but in survival mode. It looked kind of good. It tried. It tried its best, dang you. Why not, though? I guess it didn't find me in the right place. Okay. Now it did. That is very awkward. Oh no. Are we beholding to some like client lag here? Can I switch lesson like this? Yeah, I can. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't mean to switch lesson like that. I'm sorry. I meant to switch... You know what? CTG restart lesson. There we go. I don't want to be in lesson 3. Dang it! This is what I get from having a solid cheat protection. I guess we can just redo this. Oh yeah, there was this weird glitch in the start of the transition too. Yeah, that part. That was odd. I mean, I guess that's fine. That was reasonably quick to go through. Very nice. If you didn't have a scoreboard in front of your entire screen, you get to see this island spawning in, I hope. Haven't really tested that. Would need to nuke the entire island for that. Wobble. Okay. This is set block this to diamond. I Actually, let's test this, because that should also work. Good. Diamond again. Okay. Okay, so that worked. I think what I should do here to be able to test this out a little better is to, because I have this restart lesson. Which I think restart exercise. Oh yeah, just as that. That makes sense. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna try to copy that. There we go. And rename it to previous exercise. And we're gonna do this. I'm gonna have to take all of this stuff though. First one is unnecessary. Oh. Should be just scratch. We're running store. And I think store doesn't take tick. Oh yeah. Yeah, it does take tick. Cool. So we don't need this. We can set exercise. Let's do this. Scoreboard players operation exercise underscore ctg underscore scratch equals exercise underscore ctg underscore main scoreboard players remove exercise underscore ctg underscore scratch 1 and then get rid of this. That should be it. And I did it in the wrong thing. Dang it. It's supposed to be here. Previous exercise. Let me undo the damage. There. So let's reload. And now I should be able to run function ctg previous exercise. And now we're in exercise 3. Perfect. So now I can retest this a whole bunch. I'm in survival mode. Freezes up like crazy, well done. Freezes up like crazy, well done. Well done. I mean, it seems to work every time now. I don't know why it didn't work once. Okay, so hopefully that is just stable now and it's fine. Whew, okay, so that is another one done. That's nice. Let's see, yeah, it's all of these and that. Oh, my poor neck. Exercise 3. Okay. So we're about, I think, halfway through the implementation of this. Because we made the island itself and stuff, and then we have 3 out of 7 exercises done. I'm gonna need 4 more. And some of them are a little bit more complicated, I think. but I think that's also fine. But I think we're going to wrap up here. It's a little shorter than normal. Quite a lot shorter than normal, actually. But yeah, I woke up today. For those of you who weren't on the entire stream, I woke up today with quite a big neck pain. And it's not being nice to me sitting here too long. So that's good. We made some progress. We need to do the rest of this and then finish editing that episode. And then the tutorial series can start, which I'm very excited about. There's a few more things, but that's basically it. It's a couple of days away, which is fun. It's been a very long time coming, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. People are doing stuff. Yeah. Let's go here. That's fun. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. One shot SMP is open. Let's head over there with a raid. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. And thank you for chilling.
Yay.
I should be streaming tomorrow again. Hopefully my neck is better. Not quite sure what we'll do yet, but it should be something fun. Thank you, thank you. See you later. Have a good rest of your day.